Alright, let's try that again without the mic being muted. Oh. So we have exited host mode, it looks like. I'm going to turn the music down just a touch. Hopefully that's a better balance. Hey Sharky, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. We'll do medieval engineers next week, man. Audio is fine for once. Awesome. Yeah, so basically what happened with the audio is I had to go through and strip out a bunch of crap from Microsoft. It reset a bunch of things for me where it gave certain applications master control over the entire audio setup. Was not happy about that. Hey Shamie, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day and a fabulous week so far. We're going to open up the door. It didn't depressurize. Oh no! No. I was expecting that. Whoop. Not quite what I was intended there. Alright, there we go. Let's get these things open. Get some air in this place. Because, you know, I mean, look at this suit. You got to tell me. You know, you can't tell me he is not a little funky in that suit. I might put the shower mod in just to have it in here. Okay, so last time we were all together, we were doing a little bit of gathering, and I should have more than 13k gold, I thought. So I may have to go pick up some more gold. I think I may have used some of it. Alright, so we currently have cobalt, gold, nickel, and uranium in the refineries. Always good to know. So, yeah, so I'm thinking next week I'll probably do a little bit of medieval engineers during the week. Maybe like for the Wednesday live stream. I don't know yet. But I do want to get back into a little bit of medieval engineers, so I thought it'd be fun to maybe just have it and kick around with a few people, see if we can get a couple of guys in there. Well, a couple of people in there. Doesn't matter if they're guys or not, but you know what I mean. Alright, so we've got a bunch of stuff. Yes. I am still looking for which day is going to be best for everybody. I'm thinking... Okay, so this weekend is a 3-day weekend in the US. So I'm not going to be able to do it this weekend. But I'm thinking next weekend, probably Saturday. I just need to confirm the schedules on my side. Because the wife and her family tend to schedule me for things. And not tell me until like the night before or so. Alright, so yes, and for those who weren't here last time, we did build some things, and let me walk you through what we've been doing. I did move the vehicle. I'm starting to call this thing the Scorpion Miner because of the little tail on the back here. Might call it the Manicore. That might be a better name. But over here in our hangar, we have actually been able to get the new mining craft parked over here. So it fit really nicely, actually. Still need a name for this one though. So if anybody has a name, feel free to throw it down, you know. Well, see, with this one, pressing X doesn't do anything for you. Because this is not a wheeled vehicle, so. Oh, but it does work. It works really well, actually. Speaking of, let me check to make sure there is nothing in its cargo. You know, let's hide empties. And does not look like there's anything in its cargo. That is actually good. Yeah. So everything's been taken out of the cargo. I really hate this gravity bug. Alright. And I wanted to see... Basically... We got pretty close to where we were, like our mining area over here last time. And I wanted to see if we came close to breaching anywhere over here. Let's go see up here. No, we didn't. Okay, good. Now, because I'm trying to make sure that we don't have any breaches in our base. So, you know, keep everything together. So I'm just going to go check our iron area. And what I will probably do is I probably will mine into this area with the actual mining craft. Just basically to get the rest of this stuff out of here. Because you can see we've gone through quite a bit of iron. Alright. And I think the gold is that way. Ice. Okay. Anyway, so yes, we haven't breached our mines yet. That's a good thing. Okay, so let's head back to the ship, because what we're gonna do is today we're gonna build another ship. Actually, I want to build something that's gonna get us off the planet. At this point, we haven't built a hydrogen-based vehicle yet, so we're going to work on that. And I don't really have a design for it, and I haven't decided if I'm going to go large grid or small grid, because once we get into orbit, I want to see what materials are around, and we're basically going to do something like we did in the last playthrough, where we'll have a shipyard area that we'll set up so that we can build something bigger. So I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and start with a large ship build and go up from there, or maybe start with just something to get us into orbit that we can use as a station and then build from there. Yes, but I want to take my entire body, not just my consciousness, Sharky. Alright, so hydrogen tanks are about half full. I need to get more ice too. Alright. Let me go ahead and grab some more ice while we're here. It's dark outside anyway, and I don't have the shipyard area lit up yet. I mean, I guess I could work on that a little bit too. Let's go ahead and strip mine a little bit of ice out of here today. That doesn't count? No, that doesn't count. Only if it comes with a spaceship to actually get you out of orbit. And not just your consciousness. Alright. Trying to pick up enough of ice that we'll be able to fill up all of our oxygen generators really quick. So I'm kind of hoping we'll be able to get a lot of this done. So how y'all doing tonight? Having a good night so far? Hopefully you're having a fantastic week. Or had a fantastic week and are setting up for an awesome weekend. Alright. Now, for the folks who are not following me over on the YouTube side, I'm going to be having a new series kicking off probably the first week of March. It'll be a limited run, 5-day-a-week series. It's basically just going to run for 1 week in March. And what it'll be is it'll be looking at some of the things that are available in 7 Days to Die, some of the mods and such. So if you're interested in 7 Days to Die, make sure you're following me over on the YouTube side, and we'll get that out probably mid-March area, I think. Like I said before, it's gonna come down to what my schedule looks like, how much time I can get for recording. Yes, I am actually looking for a job as well. So if you know anybody who's willing to hire an internet personality, you know, hey, send them my way. Specifically, if they want to hire me, you know, as a YouTuber, that would be awesome. I'll never say no to live stream or YouTube work. All right. So we want to get a little bit more. We're basically just gonna grab enough ice to get us back to the base over here. And then we will head on upstairs. Hopefully it will be late enough in the evening that we'll be able to catch the sunrise when we start working. Feel this misery vibe. Alright. But yeah, so for medieval engineers, I am kind of actually looking forward to playing that some more. Thinking I'm also going to do a little bit of stationeers next week. So I'll figure out what the schedule is for which games we're going to do for next week. For both the live streams here and over on the YouTube side. And for those who don't know, I do actually live stream on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. US Pacific time. And this past week or so, I've been doing Space Engineers pretty much every day on both platforms. But next week I will probably mix it up a little bit. I will probably do Space Engineers on the Tuesday-Thursday live stream over on YouTube side. And then we'll do like Medieval Engineers on Wednesday, maybe Stationeers on Monday. And I don't know, maybe 7 Days to Die on Friday or something. We'll see. Oh, I'll let you know, Sharky. Once I figure out what the schedule is actually going to be, I'll let you know. And what's our... Okay, so those are dead reds, so we are pretty much at midnight at this point, which is fine. Ah. Alright. We do not want to hit the side of the barge at high rates of speed. And where's my ice? Nobody tells me where my ice is. Okay. All right. We will do it here then. And we are gonna go echo. Plunger. I don't remember if that works or not. Yeah, that works. Okay, awesome. It was there in the first display. Which first display? This one? Oh, yep, you're right. Right there, 104K processing. Okay. Well, now at least I have an easier way of finding it all. Alright, let's grab some plates. Drop all that off really quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab those. There we go. Alright, so now the question is, large ship grid or small ship grid? This game? Oh, Space Engineers is awesome. We were actually talking about the differences between Space Engineers and Medieval Engineers yesterday or Wednesday, I don't remember which. The big thing about it is that with things like Space Engineers, you have a lot more flexibility in what you do with the game. I'll turn music down here a little bit, because it's really loud on my side. I feel like I'm yelling over the music here. Okay, that should be a little better. So yeah, but basically, with medieval engineers, you don't have things like the programming blocks. You don't have scripts that you can use, but there are things that you can build that are fully functional units that you can't necessarily build on the Space Engineer side. The biggest thing with it is, though, medieval engineers has a survival mechanic based on food, which, you know, is basically their equivalent of the ice system here. So we are going to clear out that. Okay, so this is going to be a ship specifically to get us into orbit, but I want to play with this thing as well. So we're going to grab light armor blocks, light armor 2x1s, and corners. We'll grab the hollow. Let me see here. Grab hydrogen thrusters. We're going to grab hydrogen tank. This will get us started at least. Most important thing to get started is the actual landing gear. Alright, we're going to turn off Bob so I don't forget to do this again. Where is my Bob? Come here, Bob. Where you at, buddy? Well, that's an LCD panel, but... Base Bob, turn you off. Regular Bob, turn you off. Find all the Bobs. There's the mining Bob. Turn you off, too. Just because we don't... Wait. I have the worst time with that thing figuring out how to ruin my life here. Okay, so we're gonna go like so. Switch it down to small. And it looks fairly square. And give it a good kick to make sure it's not gonna move. Okay, it's not gonna move. And then if you were here the other day when we were building the new mining craft, you will remember I always say to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 blocks tall, because that gives you enough room to put thrusters in and you don't destroy whatever you're building off of. So yeah, that is true, and that's one of the things, that is probably one of the biggest differences between medieval engineers and space engineers, is that medieval engineers, you're basically only on one planet. So hey, second class, thank you for the host, buddy, and welcome to you and your viewers. Good to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and get some of this stuff in here. We're gonna, I don't know, we need to build, I'm thinking, do I want to build this as a fighter style? I might want to build this as a fighter style. If I build it as a, you know, let's do our standard thing. We're gonna make this 3 wide. And we're gonna square this off a little bit. Whoop. Careful. Don't want to be littering. Yeah, well, you know, the bot is as the bot will do, right? So we're gonna do that. Alright. And I need just a few interior plates. Okay, I need like 200 of them, but you know, we'll take what we can get. Let's see what we got in here. I can carry 22. That's not good. Okay, let's we're gonna move 199 of these guys over here. Awesome. That's better. And we just need to go over to conveyors. And since we're doing this as a small ship, we're gonna grab the small conveyor system. I did not mean that to work out that way, but hey, great, awesome. And since we did this by 5 to right there, all right. And what we want to do is we want to have these connected in, and we'll probably end up running these out a ways as well. But what I'm going to do is, because I want this thing to be somewhat balanced, we're going to bring these out and about like this. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. I want these to go this way. Alright. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our little conveyor blocks here. And this is basically how we're going to pipe things through the ship. Now, I do need to figure out if I'm going to have this set up to where you can actually walk around in it, because I tend to get bored in the transorbital vessels. So having the ability to walk around is usually a good thing. Hey Shades, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Alright. So if we do 1, 2... See, if I had taken this a little bit wider, if I had taken this 5 blocks wide, I could have done a 3 rack here. What do you think? Think I should take this out 1 more block on either side? Yeah, let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go just like so. Whoops, I'm littering again. Alright. I need to remember to stop littering. Okay, that's... Nope, wrong block. There we go. I really need to stop littering. Come here. There you go. Nice. Big blocks you're putting on that little thing? Yeah, I know, right? Well, those are the hydrogen tanks, because we're basically we're building a system, or hopefully we're building a ship that will get us out of orbit, or off of the planet at least. So we are going to go there. Okay, so what we want to do is we are going to once again go just like a so. Hey Shammy, thanks for the host. I appreciate that. For those who are asking, every host helps. Never a bad thing, and it is always appreciated. Obviously, never required. Alright. Alright, so let's make sure we have everything back here piped in. And I actually want to do... Come on. Yeah. Do it from this side. Maybe it'll be a little easier. Looks right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Shades. Appreciate that. Alright, so we've got that. We got that. So what we're going to end up with here, once everything is said and done, is we're going to end up with those... and those. Trying to get the center here. Make sure I've got it centered. Does that look like that's centered? I think that's centered. We'll find out when we start welding up. Okay. So now that we have that, we can go cargo. 5 tanks. Damn well better be enough to carry it all. If it's not, we're in serious trouble. Okay, so... Well, one? Yeah, because one of the... Small grid, large cargo is 153K, I believe. 154K, something like that. Let me go check that really quick. And it's easy to check because we've got one right there. We want to go here, go large cargo. 156. Okay. Which works out to some ridiculous amount of material. So now the question is, do I want to go ahead and put the oxygen generator in? We are going to put a bob on this, by the way. In fact, let's go ahead and do that, because I think we're only going to put one large cargo container, because this is really just a shuttle to get us up and out of the atmosphere all the time. And that was why I put a large connector up there. Okay, so Shades, what it does is it sets your channel. So if anybody goes and visits your channel, your video is basically mirroring whatever you're hosting. So even though you're over here at this channel, if anybody goes to your channel, they'll see the stream. So unfortunately, the way that the chat relay works is that if they say anything in your chat, it won't show up over here. But, you know, is what it is. Horizon? Nice. Alright, so cargo, we've got a bob right there. We need to put a couple of thrusters in on this thing, not the big ones. Alright. And we will end up piping in a large thruster as well on the bottom, just to get us off the ground. But in order to, you know what, I might be able to do that here. Nope, I'm not going to be able to do that here. So I should have lifted this whole thing up a few blocks. That's okay. We'll make it work. It's not fun if it doesn't blow up, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get all this in here. I'll probably put a... I don't know what I'm going to put on the back of that, because that's a huge area to have just sitting there. Maybe we'll put an LCD there. Oh, very nice. And that's a perfect attitude to have when you're talking about streaming, Sharky. Nothing sucks as long as you're having fun. Regardless of what Sharky may tell you when he jumps into your streams. So I will probably have to take out some of the floorboards, but that's fine. I don't mind. Quit jobs by console. Okay, so we need... So this is where we need to figure out, do we want to have this thing set up with a single cockpit, or do we want to have it set up with a habitation area? Because if we set it up with a habitation area, then I can put a... oh, I don't have Mr. Coffee installed, do I? So it'll have to be a med bay. I don't think... Yeah, see, medical rooms are large ship stations only. Alright. Because see, no Mr. Coffee model in this one. That's something I might actually add to the playthrough. Alright, so that makes it a little easier to decide on what we're going to do with it. Not much, though. So do we want to have an area that we walk into? Or do we want to have a... Well, because even if we have an area that we walk into, we can still build it as a fighter. I mean, that's not an issue. Oh, let's see here. If we do... I'm thinking maybe just go ahead and make it a fighter for now, just to get it so that we can get in and out of the atmosphere. Because if we do that, we can do this. Go ahead and place that in. And you are a large connector and small connectors. And if we do the fighter cockpit, if we do... What's the other one? That's just the regular cockpit. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with the regular cockpit. And with you piped in that way... Oh, you know what we can do back here? We can cheat. Let's see here. Let's turn that off for a second. Because what we can do, let's go ahead and take this out. We're going to take that out. Alright, so that's conveyor frame, but we don't want the conveyor frame. We want conveyor junction. Because what we can do with the conveyor junction is we can say, let's go ahead and grab you. We can do that, and then we can put the conveyor junction in. Let's make sure we have that set up right. Yeah, okay. And if we put a conveyor junction in, that might give us the clearance that we need. Let me check, make sure that... No, landing gear is going to block us. It has to come back at least one more block. Yeah. Alright. So if we do one more block, then we can put a conveyor junction in. Yeah, so we'll do that. And now that it's piped in, we can put the large thruster. Whoop, we can put the large thruster right here. There we go. Alright, so that should be enough lift to get us off the ground once everything is full. We'll move the landing gear. I'll probably end up moving that up forward a little bit. And then we are going to put our connector on here as well. We're going to put the connector there. We have some minor thrust for lateral. We have elevation and then forwards. Okay. Now, because we have all this nice extra space back here, because Hal was a silly panda and did not think about how he was going to build this thing before he actually got in here and started building. Alright, so we're going to put our little jump start reactor right here, I think. And we'll have this thing where we do 2 gyros. Now, the reason I'm going to do 2 gyros is because with everything that we're planning on taking into orbit, the ship's going to have a lot of mass, and we're going to need the extra gyro power to get us going. And we want just a small reactor. We don't need a massive reactor for the things that we've got on here. Now, I might put... I think I can sneak a couple of batteries on this thing, too. Let's see, can we get a couple of batteries in here? We can. Thinking I'm going to go like this with the batteries. And I look like I can get another battery right in there. 3 batteries? It's going to make the back end of the ship a little heavier than I probably wanted it to be. But that should be everything that we need, right? We've got gyros, we've got reactors, we've got batteries, we've got thrusters in every direction. What, this thruster? No, when you're building on structures, it won't let you place if it collides with the structure you're building on. Now, if I was building on the ground, that would be an issue. But because that's one of the reasons why I built the launch pad, was so that people so that I don't build things accidentally into the ground again. All right, so we're gonna need some. We're gonna need an ore detector, because this thing is also going to be our scouting craft. And we're gonna see if we can, you know what, let's slide you right there. And we are going to have, yeah, I think we're gonna put an antenna in. I am notorious about losing my my ships in space, so let's not do that. Alright, let's go. We're gonna strengthen up our connections in here a little bit. And what we'll do is, once we get everything in position and we have all of our stuff sorted as to how we want everything to sit, we'll come back and we'll actually wrap this thing up so that we have a little bit of an armor skin on it. But I just want to make sure all of our lines are clean. Looks like it. Oxygen generator tied into the cockpit. I'm kind of curious here. Hold on a second. Oh, I think I may have screwed up the H2 system. It should be like a so. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna ghost place one of these things, if I can find a spot to do it, just to make sure that I did not place that wrong. So it should look like that, right? Alright, and let's make sure. Okay, no, I placed it right. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have another one of these on here, mainly because of the fact that we're going to go through so much hydrogen. But that's okay. Alright, so let's go turn Bob on. How much can one mess with the X jump? They've actually nerfed the jump feature. So it used to be, if you were the server host and you got into a vehicle, you hit X, everybody on the server that had a populated wheeled vehicle, all of the wheeled vehicles would jump. Now it's just the vehicle that you occupy, regardless of what your server status is. So we're going to turn on Bob here. And you were a little far away for base Bob, so it's fine. And what I'll probably do is you know what I might do? Can I hit? Because what I'm thinking I might do... nah, it's fine. Oh, no, I'm going to have to. Crap. Alright. Let's grab the Atmo thrusters. I forgot. I'm going to need large thrusters, because I'm going to need to be able to lift this thing off the ground long enough to get it over to the... to the dock point so that we can dock this thing up. And you are safe on that side. That's good. Actually, did I place that too high? Yeah, that works. That's true as well. If you let Sharky drive, you're pretty much in trouble anyway. So, and since we're going to be using more of these, let's go. All right, now I'm just checking this to see. Can we get this? Oh, look at you! You are actually gonna work, son of a. Look at, yeah, that is awesome. All right. All right. The added bonus of having atmospheric thrusters on this thing is that you don't have to use all of your hydrogen just getting into orbit. And then, you know, basically having a controlled burn on the way back. Always an important feature to to keep in mind. Let's see, I could do that. I think we're gonna keep it somewhat simple. Let's go on. And like I said, I'll probably revisit this design a little bit later. But for now, I think this is gonna work. Come on. You know what, let's just go ahead and do the 4. We'll do the 4. Like I said, I'll probably move these over so that they're over here. Because if I do them there, they're not going to burn anything off, right? So if I do the 3 there, yeah, I'll probably move them. That's fine. These will work for now. That's all that matters. Alright. What if you don't have a driver's license? Actually, the last, you knock on wood here, the last couple of builds have actually been fairly resilient when it came to crash landings. The multiplayer ship, Dredden and I basically hung out, and I spawned in a copy just to see how well it would do on a crash landing. It surprisingly survived well, or I should say, it survived surprisingly well. The hydrogen thrusters have enough thrust to actually suspend the ship in hover mode at basically ground level, so at full atmosphere, full gravity. I was really surprised that it could do that. The problem came when you were actually trying to set the ship down, because it doesn't have landing gear. So we did end up losing the bathroom and the break room. Well, not even the break room. It was the bathroom and part of the break room. But it's okay. All right, so what am I? I'm carrying blocks. We're just gonna start throwing resources because we can. That's already done. That's already done. Quick, run around and throw resources at things. Because we can. Ah! I'm thinking we actually want to throw another one in there just to help secure this thing in a little bit. Because we really don't want to lose that particular thruster. I would feel really silly if we did. Alright. Yeah, Sharky. That was actually pretty funny. Alright. So we're going to let that weld up. That should be okay. I think that'll be enough lift to get off the ground. And if it's not, what we can do is we can then take the atmospheric off and just basically load this thing up full of ice. All right. But I do need to be able to get to the jump start reactor, which is right there. What are we missing for you? Alright, so are you welding up there now, or are you... No, okay. So all we need to do, because we do have easy inventory turned on, is we just grab the block that we are trying to use. And do a quick right click. And now that I've done that, you know what's going to happen. Is that Bob is already working on it, right? No, I did not want the... Son of a... Quit drifting me around. There we go. Of course. Son of a... Give me my stuff back. There we go. Now you can have all the other stuff back. The hell? I had those plates. Auto rotate. Damn you, auto rotate. Alright. Could I use a rotor to do it? Yeah, I could use a rotor to do it. The problem with using rotors and thrusters, though, is the way that rotors apply force to the grid. So with the way that thrusters apply force, even if you have the thrust on right here, it's actually applied to the center of the mass of the ship, so that no matter where it's pointed or where it's mounted. So since it's pointed this way, basically it gives you an opposing force pushing back towards the ship, but where that force is applied is over here somewhere. So if you want to use rotors, if you want to use thrusters on rotors and you want to be able to control them, you have to use a script. Because what happens is when you put a rotor in, the rotor separates your grid. So everything prior to the rotor mounting is one grid. Everything on the rotor head and beyond is a second grid. Your flight controls only allow you to control thrusters on primary grids. Now, if you use there's a VTOL script that you can get that actually works fairly well, as long as you have everything balanced. You have to tweak your rotors a little bit to get the rotation speeds and everything down, but once you figure out what your balancing points are, it's fine. And that will actually allow you to use thrusters on rotors. What it does is it basically tells it to ignore the grid that the thruster is on, as long as it's physically connected to the ship that has the script running. That's all that matters. And you are missing all sorts of stuff. See if we can get Bob to come over and start welding this up for us. Come on, Bob. Come help me. But yes, creative use of rotors and thrusters, you could actually, and using scripts like that, you could actually get basically a VTOL, if that was what you were really trying to build. And so let's go plate. I am going to drop you guys back in here. We're going to grab 200 of you, 200 of you, let's grab 20 of you. That works. All right. All right, let's grab the full one. And we want computers. Computer. All right. And that way, we can help build some of this stuff here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to build with rotors like that, you can. There are ways of doing it. basically you would end up using shortcuts. In fact, let me show you. So if you had a ship like this, right, and you wanted to do it, what you would do is you come into the G menu, and if you had a rotor over here, when you want to place it down on the quick bar, one of the options would be to set like its minimum and maximum rotation. Let me get over here, and I can show you a little bit easier what you can do with it. So we'll do this one. I'm gonna break this one down anyway. So, all right. So what you would do is you'd say, okay, so that's out of there. Oh, you are starboard. Let's grab port side. So you get this nice little menu of things that you can do, right? So what you would end up doing is you would say, you would already have your upper and lower limits set. So what you would do is just have the rotor do like either reverses, or you could change the velocity, increase or decrease velocity. If you were doing increase and decrease velocity, this would allow you to have more finite control over what you're doing. If you're doing reverses, that will allow you to go from, say, a hover mode to a flight mode and back again. And then if you're using timing blocks and some other things, there are ways to do it without having to use external scripts. But the external scripts make it very, very easy for everybody to use. So, I've actually built a couple of VTOL in the past. They're not, they're fun to fly if you can get them working right, but they're a real pain to balance. And I was building in survival mode, so it was, I didn't have the ability to use mirror mode to make sure everything was exactly even. Alright, so... Oh, I need to get a little bit of uranium so that we can get the... I guess technically we are... Because the batteries are there. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, you know what I think I might be able to do? I think I can put these on. It's been a while since I used these. Alright, so... And I put all my steel plates away. Son of a... Alright, let's see if I can grab a couple of plates. I only need 2. No, okay, so let's get... you over here. There we go. Wow. I didn't realize batteries had that much mass on them. Alright, so we want... Oh, just one block too wide. Actually, are they? Yeah, it's one block too wide. But if we go this way... And again, one block, just one block too bloody wide. I guess we could go... like this? If we did that, how far out does that stick? That actually might work. And if we do that, we need very little uranium. Alright, let's go grab some uranium anyway so we can basically get the batteries charged up a little bit. Oh, barge has a bunch. We're going to grab 15 off the barge. Doesn't take much. Hey, no worries, Shammy. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hope you enjoyed it. It's good seeing you. Have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend. Alright, so. Attach a rotor on a block. That rotor will spin. The block will have another rotor. Oh, it's pseudo intended. Because I'm thinking I'm going to move these actually in so that they'll be up over here instead of out here. So for right now, it's just because if I do that, it'll make it a little easier when I go to skin it. But I was being lazy and didn't want to remove them. Oh, is that everything? I think that might be everything welded up, actually. I mean, no fuel. Don't give me that. Didn't I just put uranium in this? I'm fairly certain I put uranium in the reactor back here. Yeah. And I powered. Okay, whatever. Like, whatever game. Okay. So we've got 27 days. Just sitting here takes 5% of our power output. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have enough lift if we turn off. Okay, let's check here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. We're going to switch lock. We're going to take a quick save. Actually, we'll do a save there. And we're going to do a quick save there. Alright, because what we're going to do is we're going to do something really stupid. Right. We're going to... Yep. So we don't have enough. We don't basically have enough power to for the thrusters to turn on right now. So we're gonna have to wait for this thing to charge up, because as you can see, basically what it just did was it just killed all of the power to the batteries, just sitting there. Of course, it might help if I turn off the ore detector. So no, I'd have to add 2 more atmospheric thrusters for lift. And if I do that, I'm going to need to put... Okay. So yeah, basically I just need to wait for the ship to charge up now. If I connect to the big ship, yes, it would allow me to do that. But in order to do that, I have to have enough enough power in the ship in order to actually fly. So I'm gonna have to basically get some ice, is what it comes down to, which is fine. I don't mind. So we're gonna turn the antenna off because that's taking... So we're gonna set up a group for the thrusters. I'll turn those off. We don't want to see those in terminal or inventory. We are going to grab all of these and do these as a... Have this done as a group. We're going to do the same thing with those. We're going to turn those off. And I want to check the battery status here. Make sure batteries are turned on and charging. All the batteries are turned off. Let's turn them on. Fully charged in 5 hours. Stored power is very low. Okay. Yeah, see? Not enough power for the atmospherics to fly right now. Which is fine. We have ice. We have... Well, hopefully we have ice. We may have used it all by now. Yep, we used it all. Okay. Oh, let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna I'm going to extend this out this way anyway. So let's go ahead and get some of this off of here. We're going to grab character tools. Really? Oh, because I haven't gotten enough space yet. I don't have platinum to make the tier 3s. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's right. Come here, Bob. You're gonna do some work for me here, buddy. And this Bob, we are going to have not do anything. Find all the Bobs. Find them all. Turn Bob off. There you go. Okay. Hey, Star Droid, how you doing? Yeah, no, the batteries got turned off when I powered the ship up because I forgot and did the toggle instead. So the batteries are turned on again. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. All right, and ice. That was what I was going to do. I forgot. Ice. Oh, it might help if I dropped some of the stuff I was carrying too, huh? Alright. Oh, yes, I know. I'm making all sorts of noobs mistakes tonight. Let's go fly mode. He should be picking everything up. Since that is up, we want to turn off. We're going to turn off his ability to collect gravel and stone because we don't want those. And I want to make sure his janitor stuff is turned off. Yes, it is. Fly, weld before grind. Okay, everything else should be good. Hmm? I don't think the solars are turned off. I think that the big ship is actually blocking them. Check though, make sure. So many things in this game. Oh, look at that, son of a bitch. So many things in this game turn themselves off when you're building them now. Really irritating. But okay, that should be good. Good eye, by the way. Thank you for that. Messy Panda is messy. Yes, he is. Right. So... Okay, Bob, you are not that far away. Ah, oh, son of a... I swear, man. I don't know if if it was the mod author that did that, or if that was a Keen software issue. Oh. Hey, look at that. Bob's picking stuff up again. Pick up some ice, Bob. Pick up plenty of ice. Because you're going to burn through a bunch of it. Alright. There we go. I'm sitting here going, why am I not crouching anymore? Alright. Yep, alright. Still not enough power. Okay. Everything's turned on though? No. Now my thrusters are turned off. What in the hell is going on with the controls? Alright, so H2 thrusters, O2 thrusters, hey, look at that. So we got about 4 hours. Okay. There we go. That's better. And perfect. Okay, so the little bumblebee thing is done. Yeah, and I know I can. Basically, what I end up doing usually is I set controls specifically to turn things on and off and not just flip the toggles. Especially when you're working on the, like if you're working on your systems, makes it much easier to get things done because you have all of your everything, basically force everything off or force everything on. Man, that ice went quick. Okay. And we want that to be cargo, hide empty. There we go. Alright. Yeah, no. Well, and what's weird is like things are randomly turning themselves on and off on the ship, and I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I don't know if it's I'm misclicking when I'm in the menu, but I'm not used to having, like, see, the ore detector is now turned on again. Alright, so let's go ahead. You know what? Let's do it this way. So ore detector is on. Let's turn ore detector off. Hydrogen's off. Those are locked. 151 days. How much? How are our batteries looking? I really should set up an LCD. Oh, I don't have that mod, but I can do this instead. Oh, let's see here. We went. Let's grab a couple of text panels. And we're going to grab here, a few of these. Alright, so let's go ahead and go like so. And we're going to drop this out. We're going to go ahead and grab these. And let's see here. Where can we hide a couple of programmable blocks? Let's put a programmable block up in here. So we're going to end up with one there. Should be able to squeeze another one in over here. There you go. Tuck those out of the way there a little bit. And let's go. I think Bob is turned on over here, right? Or no, I turned Bob off so I could go get ice. That's right. Turn Bob back on. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's... Yeah, it turns on the reactor and turns off everything else. Yeah, I know. That's horrible, too. And I don't remember it used to doing that. I thought it used to be that the power switch only toggled the power blocks. So, basically, everything when you installed it, everything was turned off. You hit power, turned everything on. But... yeah. Well, see, then if the power key was an absolute toggle, the problem that you run into with that is that you end up having situations where when you want to turn the ship off using the power key. Alright. Now, did you finish my programmable blocks? You did. Ha 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 ha. Thank you. Get rid of that for a second. Okay, so we are going to grab... Okay. There's two scripts that I want. I don't have shields on this mod, or on this thing, so we're only going to worry about our... where's it at? We want automatic LCDs. Okay. We're going to remember and exit that. And this is the auto LCD program. Okay. And this is actually going to be our bat status. Helps if I spell it correctly. Alright. And browse workshop. Okay, so that's self-updating every 2 seconds. I like the fact that that now tells you the status of it. We're going to go ahead and run this with defaults. I actually don't want to crash the ship like you do, Sharky. Thank you, though. Right. Okay, so this is going to be status, I think, right? Alright, let's see here. I want this to be battery status LCD. Okay. I sometimes change it. I'm not going to this time. There we go. Alright, so in this one, this is actually going to be our ship status LCD. And this is going to be running off the LCD, automatic LCD 2 script. So anytime you put an LCD in brackets like this by just itself, that will tell the script that this is the LCD you want to be using. So we're going to go in here. We're going to actually say, let's see, time. We're going to call this ship time. That way I can, at a glance, know what time it is when I'm actually doing stuff. We're going to go to power time. That's actually going to give me a readout of what we're doing as far as, let's go. As far as what we're doing for power, how much time we have left on power. Just telling it basically to give me a header that says status, which will be centered. We're going to echo, which gives me a blank return. We're going to then do another center. We're going to do fuel. Hey, Hanger, thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. Long time no see, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. I am actually doing really well. Thanks for asking, man. And now we're going to do an amount. And I think if I leave it just with that, it should do all of the things. We'll see in a second. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. O2H2 generator, and then what I want for the last one is we're gonna do tanks, and then that should give me a progress meter that will tell me what my missing tank type. Ah, that's right. Okay, I forgot. He changed it. So I want it to be tanks, and we are going to say hydrogen. And I only wanted to look at the stuff on this grid. I don't want looking at all grids, which is why I did not put the asterisks in. So, helps if I spell it correctly. Not hydrogen. There we go. And when that updates here in a second, it should give me everything I need. Ah, PUBG, huh? Yeah, I've actually thought about playing a little bit, but you know. Yeah, so what I've started doing, and I just haven't had a chance to do it with this build yet, is I will set up a master power switch, and I usually drop that on 9. And what that does is it will my default is to turn off all the thrusters, all of the reactors, the the gyros. I think I leave everything else. That way, if I have battery power, the batteries will continue to charge, like with the solar panels on this one. So, all right. So in theory, we are going to do another quick save. We're going to replace our previous save, and then we're going to do our new progress save. Now, if we do this, in theory, we have enough power to keep us going for a little while. Okay, so this thing actually handles fairly well. Yeah, this thing handles pretty good. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Oh. And that's why I have a landing gear on the bottom. Oh. Ran out of power. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing back to the base before we run out of power like that again. That was entertaining, if nothing else. Alright. Awesome. We are locked in. Now our O2 system, I think, is probably turned off as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in here. We're just going to turn everything on. All right, so we're going to grab everything. Oh, it's not going to let me. So let's do it this way then. What are you grabbing that I can't turn on and off? Interesting. Alright. So we'll just do this then. Alright, so that's on. There's no fuel there. Let's go to the tanks. Let's make sure all of our tanks are turned on. Yes, they are. But there's no fuel in them. Alright, so... do we not have ice? Oh, because build and repair took the ice. That's why. Because build and repair is being a punk. Because build and repair is supposed to be pushing resources for us here. Turn help others on. We want you to turn... there you go. No, it's supposed to be pushing ore. Interesting. Alright, so let's go here. We're going to build. Over here, we're going to go to our O2. Bob, why are you holding on to stuff? Oh, crap. No. Yeah. Crap. Son of a... oh, Bob, what am I gonna do with you, buddy? Alright. Remember what I was talking about when I was building it? I was like, I didn't think I put the cargo container in quite the way that I want it. Yeah, I didn't put the cargo container in quite the way that I wanted it. Okay, Bob. Man, I swear. Me and Bob have a love-hate relationship. He loves to hate on me. Alright, let's go here. Yeah, some of them are. With the newest update, it is kind of painful, mainly because of the fact that they rebalanced the light armor. So light armor is like paper now. I mean, not that it wasn't before, but it's even worse now. Alright. So let me take a look at our O2 tanks now. There you go. Alright. What's funny is I started calling it Bob around the same time that Captain Shack and Wasted started calling it Bob. Because it was like, you know, because my thing was, you know, Bob the Builder. And then I think I started using it on like a Monday or a Tuesday, and then the following weekend, some like around Friday-ish, I started saying Builder, Bob the Builder, and then I was watching one of Shaq's live streams on Sunday, I think it was, over on the YouTube side, and him and I think Texfire basically started calling it Bob the Builder as well. You know, I think somebody in my chat actually had mentioned the nickname, so it was kind of funny. It was just everybody basically started calling it Bob around the same time. What's even funnier is that when you refer to it, everybody knows what you're, well, almost everybody knows what you're referring to when you say, you know, Bob. And then Captain Shack and Tex got me doing the damn Paint It Pink. Oh, those two. The crap they come up with, man. And it just gets stuck in your head. It's a good thing we have a fuel depot here, right? There you go. Bob is making himself useful. Alright, so that is all of that's charging. I do want to check. I do need to check this, and I'm not wanting to check this, but I need to make sure, are the hydrogen thrusters going to be enough to hold this thing up? They are. Okay. That's a good thing. I just wanted to make sure that those things were going to have enough power to support us. That way, if we have to do an entry and we're low on hydrogen, or low on uranium, we're actually going to be able to stop ourselves from smashing into the ground at high rates of speed. Okay. Yeah, it is a damn useful system. Mod Author has gone just absolutely nuts with what this thing supports. I'm getting to the point with it that I'm starting to think that Bob is getting a little OP. Because of the fact that you can now grind hostile blocks, which is why I leave most of the grinding features turned off. Because what Bob will allow you to do is, if you have enough of these things, and somebody actually showed this, if you have like 8 or 9 of them, 10 of them on a single ship, what you do is you get a hostile that flies in, and it just Bob rips it apart. Oh, I know I can crash the ship, Sharky. That's not hard to do. The hard thing to do is to not crash the ship. Alright, so, yeah, I was going to say, let's move these. We're going to go ahead and move these in one block. I want to make sure I did not grind those hydrogen tanks down at all, because I would be really mad if I start losing hydrogen. Alright, so we're going to do atmospheric thrusters. Okay, so we're going to bring that in. We can go to... Come on. You know what? Let's do it this way. We're going to go like so. No, I want... oh, really? Come here. Okay. Did not want that thing to... No! Son of a... Will you quit grinding things that you're not supposed to be grinding? Thank you. Alright. Let's get that. Let's go ahead and grab those. What the hell? Alright. And you are going to go here. I need scaffolding. Give me scaffolding, damn it. Alright. You know what? No. Let's take that out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab that there. That there. And we are going to go ahead and take the rest of this stuff off the bar. So... And I want you to actually go like so, like so, and for you, you are going to be this one. And basically, we're just putting a little bit of protection in here for it, keeping things... Yeah, keeping things honest, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and grab that. Right, that. Yes, okay. Just making sure. And then you guys are going home. Yep. So I was doing one of these types of builds, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, and wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and ended up putting the thrusters so that the exhaust is pointing towards the spine. Rather annoying when you... Man, I really hate the new gravity system. Okay. Yeah, it was rather annoying when you cut your... basically all of the support for your primary propulsion off your ship. Right. Yeah, the hydrogen is fun, but it is unfortunately very, very expensive. Alright. So, did we do... 1, 2. Right. There we go. And I think we're gonna do those like that. So go ahead and grab that. Am I crouching or something? No. No, it's just the new gravity system. Okay. I really dislike the new gravity set. Come on. There. And for those who don't know, when they did the big update about 2 weeks ago now, they rebalanced the gravity on planets. So the Earth-like planet used to be 0.86 or something like that. Now it's a full 1G. And it constantly annoys me to no end. All right. So we're going to grab some lights. I want spotlights. I want corner lights. And I want regular lights as well. Okay. So we're going to do this one first. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? And can we sneak one in there? There. So we're gonna put some, that's basically gonna be our running lights. We're gonna end up putting a couple of spotlights in right here. I want one there, one there. Spotlight there. And I've actually taken to using spotlights for guides when I'm bringing ships down now, so it's actually been working out really well for me. But I do need... Maybe we'll do one here in the middle. And I need to find a place to tuck a couple in on the sides, I think. Can I get away with right there? Now, it may shine through blocks still. We're going to find out. So one of the things that they adjusted, they messed around with the way that the light particles work now. So sometimes on their block they don't shine through now. Rapid salvage switch, fine, yeah. That's crazy. More ships like sci-fi books and comics? Yeah. Had an egg shape, huh? That would be interesting. Well, with some of the new blocks that have been introduced, have you seen the new rotor? The new advanced rotor that they did? I really want to use this thing. Right. So... this thing is hollow, so you can actually build it on a large grid. At least you can build it so that it's... Actually, let me see if I can find a place where I can flip this thing. Are you really not gonna... Wow, okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so with the large grid, it's big enough to build a hallway through it. So, and it's 4 connectors on it. So if you put these things back to back, they actually work as a full-on rotor, like an advanced rotor. This is a mod. I wish Keen would do this. God, this is something that I've been asking for years. Works really well, has made it through the last 2 updates, so. But it allows you to have the ability to walk through your center of rotation, the axis of rotation. So if you want to build something with a rotating habitat, this is probably one of the best ways to do it, or at least one of the easiest ways to do it. But I've been having a lot of fun with this mod in just playing around with it off camera. I want to use it on camera for a build, and I'm thinking that when we get into orbit, the ship that we end up building up in orbit will probably have that. But yeah. So it is still technically a fully occupied block, but when you're building it, I'll show you here. So when you're building this thing, if you, on the facing of it, attach normal blocks, you can put a doorway in the middle, like actually in the exact middle of this thing, on both ends. So you can still pass through it. If you put a piston on your build, you can actually have a piston go through there as well. Oh, it is the rotors, like various rotors mod, I think. Let me grab the mod for you really quick. Jump out the workshop really fast, and I'll grab the. Mod back current. No. It was on the front page recently. There it is. Oh, is that one Thrones? Rotor Variety is the name of the original mod. There you go. Should be that one. And we pretty much finished most of the build. Okay, so it is going to... Oh, the lights are passing through the blocks. Awesome. And we've got one down there. One there. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to put one more of these in here. Yeah, I think my the multiplayer series that I was doing with Adread and S'more, we're up to like almost a gig of active mods in that. So it's it adds up quickly. Alright, so let's grab a spotlight. And we're gonna put one more spotlight in right there. Okay. So we got our second ship built. We now have basically a ship capable of getting us into orbit. Now we just have to get it all... we should be able to connect it. Okay. I think we should have enough power to get this thing up. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Are you going to hover? Awesome. So we're going to set you to switch lock. We're going to get this thing linked up, but I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. See if we've see if we can get this. I was going to say I tried to keep it mostly lined up to make it easier for when we get here. It's going to be close. Hey, what do you know? That works. Close enough for government work. All right. That was almost bad. No worries, Sharky. Have a great night, man. I am going to go ahead and call this one here, though. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those follows. If you want to see more, you can actually find us over on the YouTube side. Like I said, we do have stream schedules for both YouTube and Twitch. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me either here, over on YouTube. You can also find me over on Twitter. You can find us over there. And if you want to join the community, hang out with a bunch of people who enjoy various games, you can join us over on the Discord side as well. So now, let's go see who else might be doing a little bit of Space Engineers this evening. It's always fun to track down and see who we can find. Let's see who's doing some Space Engineers tonight. Anyone I don't normally hang out with here. Let's see. How about we go pay a visit to Patrick Creates. He looks like he might enjoy it. So I'm going to thank you all for stopping in. be sure to go give Patrick a big hug. Give him a good old panda pounce over there. We're going to go hit this guy up. And I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out, and hope to see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.
Hey, Pete, take us to me $11 million.
You got 72 hours before we start.